Alright, hello all you rockhounds. I'm Scott Laborde, creator of Rockhound Lounge, and in this video, Joe Moylan and myself are embarking on a very awesome adventure, and it's to Arkansas. This is going to be our first trip to Arkansas with the purpose of digging crystals. Starting from our home in Raleigh, North Carolina, it took us 15 hours to drive to Mount Ida, Arkansas. I do not like driving, but this one was worth it. From Highway 270, we turned south onto Logan Gap Road, followed the Crystal Recreation Area signs, and soon we were at the Twin Creek Crystal Mine.
Biggie.
The first thing you have to do is sign the release form, pay your money to dig for the day. They'll tell you where you can and can't dig. And now it's time to have fun. So here we are at Twin Creek Crystal Mine, and this is a very good view from the sign-in area of the mine, and this is the area where you will be able to dig for $25 a day. And here is some aerial footage I took with my drone. Alright, if you look closely, you can see two people digging there. Kind of hard to see, but they're there. And of course, that's Bobby on the track hoe, scratching away at the topsoil in hopes of finding more crystallizing veins. And of course, on the horizon and in the background, the beautiful Ouachita Mountains. Once I got back home from Arkansas and started editing the GoPro footage I had taken, I realized that none of the sound had recorded. It was broken. I sent the camera back to GoPro and they fixed it for me, thank goodness. But in the meantime, this is why I'm doing a lot of voiceover work, because the sound wasn't working. On the other hand, it does kind of force me to sort of collect my thoughts and choose better words to describe what I'm doing, and hopefully make this a more educational experience for you. So here we go. This is the area that we paid Bobby a premium price so that we alone could have access to it for the entire day. Bobby then roped off the surrounding area above and below us, and that was to keep people from accidentally digging in our temporary claim. Now, if you're interested in doing this yourself, I would suggest calling Bobby Fecho at least a week in advance, because that'll give him time to find the pocket for you. If you show up and ask him on the same day, he may or may not be able to help you, because he still has to get his track hoe out there. He's got to do some work moving a lot of dirt, blasting some sandstone and quartz open for you to find those pockets. So give him at least a week, and then you can also come out and do this and have a great time. And if you look closely, you can see all those little flashing points of light. Those are all quartz crystal terminations poking out of the pockets there. We had this entire wall to work with. We were having so much fun that day that the hours passed like minutes. I don't know if it'll even focus in that close. Can't tell because of the sun.
What fun.
Here's another perspective from lower down in the mine. There's Joe waving up there. That's our little exclusive spot that we paid for. And as you can see, there is a lot of potential areas to explore. From our initial exploration, we noticed quartz crystal veins throughout the entire property. Okay, now here is something that's really cool. A root grew down into the pocket through the crystals, and look there, you can see the crystals attached, still hanging on that root there. Mount Ida, Arkansas, digging quartz crystal pockets right in the mountain. Check this pocket out. You see these roots, they always find the weakest point in the rock. And so, as you can see, roots seem to always follow where the crystals are. Look at that. Crystals just wrapped all around those roots. Right into this pocket. Let me show you what I pulled out right here. Check that thing out. That one's going to be beautiful washed off.
Here. But notice the width of the quartz plate is just, a ½ inch at the most out here, and then it gets to be 2 inches or so here. And so I'm wondering if that's an indicator that it opens up back under here.
Yeah.
And so we will see.
Bobby said it would.
That's my project.
So here you can see that now that I've chiseled away all the hard rock that was surrounding this pocket, I can dig into the center of this, and I'm using a plastic tool so I don't damage them. Look at all those things flashing. Most of the material that came from this particular part of the pocket was small double terminated crystals or fractured crystals that had been healed all the way around. The Ouachita Mountains finished their formation in the Pennsylvanian Epoch. That means these crystals could be up to 300 million years old. So check this out. This is a large cluster or plate of crystals that we were able to extract off the wall. So after spending a considerable amount of time chipping away at that sandstone and quartz using a chisel and hammer and pry bar, we're finally able to reveal the pockets that hide inside there. And man, this is the fun stuff right here. To those who really aren't much into this kind of stuff, I realize how silly I must look to you. But to us rockhounds, this is a magical experience.
We've got this great ball, great cluster of crystals, some real pretty ones in there. And I'm getting ready to pull it out. And we're hoping it'll stay together, but it'll probably completely fall apart into separate crystals rather than hold together. But man, it would be nice if this was a cluster. Oh, it's got a nice back on it. Yo! We don't care if these little ones fall off. You know, that might be a cluster. I'm very excited about that. Can you see how excited I am?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might all hold together. Clean out some of the little ones. Tight. Yep, that'll work. Oh man, there's two guys lying, two tabbies lined up there. That's pretty.
There's an 8-inch crystal here. We got some full it's not that wide. It goes straight down. And then he's going to peel that off for us.
I see that, yeah.
I want to zoom on this when you get a chance, brother.
Yeah, look at that one.
And here we're visiting our good friends Adam and Kayla. This is their pocket. Look how large those crystals are.
That is killer.
In order to expose this fissure and these crystals, Bobby had to drill into solid sandstone and blast it apart. Check out how this crystallized fissure runs up the entire face of this cliff. Now check it out. Kayla there is sitting on the other half of the cliff that was blasted apart. That's the other half of the fissure, all covered with crystals, every inch. And Kayla, being very gracious, gave both Joe and I a specimen to take home with us from this pocket. Thanks, Kayla.
I don't know what's in it, but that's for you.
Wow. Thank you.
What you doing?
What you doing? Did you take a pictures of you? Is he? You take a picture of you? Oh, yes he is. Yes he is.
Joe and I had an awesome time at the Twin Creek Crystal Mine, and I think if you came, you would too. If you happen to visit Mount Ida, definitely check out the Mount Ida Cafe. Awesome food and service. Our next stop was at the Ron Coleman Mine in Jessieville, Arkansas. And let me tell you, we were very happy with our decision to come here. The prices? $20 for an adult, $15 for senior, and $5 for children. As you can see, they have a really cool rock shop with a lot of variety and really neat looking stones. And in the back, a really cool view of the mountains and the mine area. Unless you've signed up for ziplining or taking the mine tour into the commercial pit, then this is where you'll be going to dig in the tailings piles. Occasionally, the mine workers will bring up mine tailings from the commercial pit and drop them here for us to dig through and look for crystals. And sometimes we can find some fantastic pieces. After about 20 minutes of searching, I found a really rich tailings pile. This one had crystals all throughout it, and I was having a great time. Look at all these crystals right on the surface there. Joe began digging nearby and also started finding really nice material. Look what just rolled out. Out of this dump pile here, Ron Coleman Mine. Here it is cleaned up. Here, Joe finds a real nice one himself. All right, let's see it. Oh, it's moving.
Oh, wow.
It's a chunker, buddy.
Yeah. Nice.
Ooh. Hey, buddy. Good shape. Look how sharp it is.
Good on you, brother.
Look, I just pulled another piece out with that on it.
Alright, so I've dug down in the center of this pile here. Found this huge rock here with crystals all over it. All over the top of this. Faces all over this thing. But the problem is, even as much as I've dug out, I can't even budge this thing. So I'm gonna try to dig a lot more around this thing. And I don't know if this thing will be coming home with me or not. Depends on how big this thing is. Alright, I finally got this rock moved, but somebody was home behind the rock. Be careful. And here is that big rock being cleaned off by Joe back at the end. It probably took the remainder of our energy for the day just to carry that big thing back down to the car. So thanks, Joe, for helping me do that. That looks pretty cool. That's awesome.
Alright, one more blast, we'll turn the water on. You got that rough?
Back home in Raleigh, it's time for the cleanup. I'm Scott Laborde, creator of Rockhound Lounge, and I hope you enjoyed our adventure to Arkansas.